Hello folks, this is Singing Toad, and today I'm going to be continuing on with my Budget Blades series of reviews slash show and tells, first impressions, whatever you want to call this, unboxings. It can go by many different titles here. And so what we're going to be looking at today here is the Buck Kingsman Model 311. And this guy here is a simple liner lock type folding knife. And this guy here, I picked him up for, I forget how much money, but I'll make a note somewhere in the video as to what I paid for this thing, but it was not very expensive from my local Canadian Tire retail store. And anyway, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get this guy out of the package. Okay, so here we go. We have the Buck Kingsman, 311 Kingsman, and forgive me, there's a little bit of schmutz on the blade there, and that's just some oil and crud from I'm sure the factory. So what do we have here? We have, well, a little folding knife. It's got some nice belly to that blade. And typical Buck knife, very, very sharp out of the package. I own several Buck knives, and I can tell you right now that with the exception of one, I've only ever had one Buck that came out of the package with a less than satisfactory sharp edge. But this one, again, does not disappoint. Like, wow, that thing's really sharp. Alright, so it's got a very fine tip. Does have like a back swedge, has a large thumb opening hole, has some jimping here on the back, has a glass reinforced nylon handle. Now when I did look inside here real quick, there is steel liners on the inside, so it's not just like a glass nylon handle scales. There is actually solid steel liners in there. Of course, it's a liner lock. Very positive lockup, almost too much lockup. Cannot tell if those are, what type of washers those are. They look like they might be Teflon. Let me take a better look here. Okay. Not sure, the camera's really not going to show it, but what it looks like to me is there's a Teflon washer here and a bronze washer on that side. This camera is just not going to focus and pick it up, but I believe that's what's going on there. The action's a little bit gritty, but it's a brand new knife. But opens up easy enough, closes easy enough. Blade centering is spot on. Deep carry, tip up, right side down, right side tip up carry, that's what I'm trying to say. I do like that. A lot of Buck's pocket clips are really wide and ugly. That's nice. I do like that pocket clip. It's got some more texturing at the back here. A little bit of jimping back here as well. Now, this is kind of interesting. It's got like this like metal textured part back here. Which is kind of like opposite to the way like Benchmades are. Benchmades have like this part up here, but it'd be like up over here. So it's kind of funny that's down there, but still it's alright. Feels good in the hand. How many fingers? So I got all 4 fingers on there. Does have a sharpening choil. That's not a forward finger choil. I mean, I guess you could very carefully pinch up on that if you had to, but that's not its intended purpose. What markings do we have on the blade? So we have, let's turn it this way, 311, and it kind of looks like a plus symbol, or a T with a dot over it. Of course, Buck, and now we don't have any other markings. Now usually you see USA stamped on the blade. Let me just take a quick look at something. Alright. So this is kind of interesting. It says select, and on the back of the packaging here, under the select level, now I'm not going to be able to put this in here, but it says for casual users or aspiring knife enthusiasts, our select level offers reliable products at an unsurpassed value. Quality materials and innovative buck design create practical knives and tools that deliver affordable excellence. Designed in the USA, built in the USA, or imported. Interesting. So this knife does not have, as far as I can see, anywhere where it says USA or made in USA, and it doesn't straight up say that it's made in the USA. So this may not be an American made knife. Actually, I just noticed something. There it is, right there on the UPC. Made in China. Wow. Look at that. A Chinese made buck knife. How about that, folks? Okay, so that ends that mystery. Alright. I guess if I would have read the packaging first, I would have known that. Maybe I'll edit that blooper out, maybe I won't. Okay, but anyway, let's see. What am I going to do now? I'm going to put my little tape measure in, and this is just going to remind me at this point in time to list some specs here of the knife while I ramble on some more. So, what else have I missed here? It has pass-through design, which I like. You know, that makes easy for field maintenance. If, you know, the knife falls in a mud puddle or something like that, it's easy to just get that crud out of there real quick and easy. You know, you could just blow it out or wipe it out real easy. I like that. Liner lock, as I mentioned. Oh, the screws. So it has rounded screws, Torx screws. So all Torx design, which is nice. So you know, you could take this knife all the way apart. I think, at least. So I definitely like that. All right. And I guess at this point in time, we have to go ahead and do some size comparisons. Because you can't do... Why is this thing not focusing? Focus. Camera. There we go. We can't do a knife review without some size comparisons. So let's just slide this guy up here. I'm going to place the back of the edge of the blade on this line right here, and so that we can see the length. Now, this particular board is in... these are in half-inch increments. So this is an imperial measurement here. So what do we got? So 1 inch, 2 inch, 2.5, 2 3/4 inch blade, sharpened edge. So about 3 inches altogether. But let's go ahead and put them against some things here. So without any particular order, we'll put them up against a Cold Steel Recon 1, and you know, quite dwarfed by the big bad Recon 1. What else do I got to play with here today? We'll go ahead and put them against the CRKT Pilar, or Pillar. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. If you know how it's pronounced, please feel free to type that down in the comments. I love it when people tell me how things are pronounced. It helps me learn, helps us all learn. Okay? What else do we got here? Might as well do a fixed blade, since I pulled a couple out. So we have the Groman Canadian belt knife. So again, you can see the size comparison there. And what else do I have? Since I just recently did a review on this guy, he's still out there. We have the Outbound 6-inch fixed blade. And let's get that in there. So barely fits in screen here, but just for some quick size comparisons. Alrighty, so what else do I have to say about this thing? Well, on first impressions, which is what this is, you know, I've literally just taken it out of the box, I actually like this thing. It has a good feeling in the hand. I like the fact that it has nested steel liners, you know, so that adds to the strength of the knife. I like the belly of that knife. Oh, let's go ahead and do some paper cutting. That's what I'm forgetting to do. Paper cutting time. Alright, so let's just see here. So out of the box, again, you know, I have not stropped this or sharpened it at all whatsoever. This is just the way it came out of the box. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, not so good there. There we go. Yeah. Alright. Let's get this junk out of the way. Okay, so final closing thoughts on my initial impressions of this budget-friendly buck folding knife, EDC folding knife. Well, I'm going to say overall I like it. There's nothing really that's jumping out at me that I'm not liking. I am concerned about that lockup a little bit, now I come to think about it. So that lockup is just a little bit, I don't know, it's almost a little bit too much. That's really my only critique. Oh, you know, it would be nice if the pocket clip was swappable to the other side, and it would be nice if this was an American-made buck knife, but that would also drive the price up. So, anyway, based on initial impressions, out of the box, budget blade, I'm going to give this guy, I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10 for now. Once I have an opportunity to take him out and do some field testing, my opinion will likely change. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. This is Singing Toad, signing out.